Sorry, in 2021, we had 10 categories, and we received 44 applications by 33 organizations, and only 27 made it to the final. This year, we have 10 categories, and we managed to receive approximately 50 applications so far, which we consider a really great success. Many of you in this room, I guess, have prepared and submitted already your applications, but if you haven't done so, there is still time. You have time until 10th of April. And yes, you heard me well, because the deadline has been extended. So please review, improve, and submit your application on time. And if you have any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to contact our team. They would be happy to assist you. And now, without further ado, I would like to invite on the stage two lovely ladies.
Woohoo!
Yes. Our leaders of the nomination and evaluation process for the Bulgarian Project Management Awards this year. Please welcome on stage Mariya Stoyanova and Stela Toteva. Ladies, the floor is yours.
I'll use that one.
Thank you. There you are.
Woohoo! First of all, I have one. I will have two now.
This is for the video. Sorry.
Okay, probably to Stella, because I have one on this side.
Oh. Excuse me.
Thanks. Okay, I would like to also welcome you on our special event tonight. You're lucky ones because you get some information from the kitchen about how to win PM Awards 2023. So I would like to start first with the different categories we have defined for these awards. Probably I need to present myself again. My name is Mariya, and I'm the lead of the nominations team. Together with the team, part of which is here, we have identified 10 different categories. We group them in 3 different groups, and I would like to start with the first group, which is Professional Excellence Group. In this group, this year, we have 5 different categories. The first one is Project Professional of the Year. In this category, we would like to recognize the best project management talent that have at least 5 years of project management experience. The second one is Young Project Professional of the Year, and it is similar with the first one. The only difference is that for the Young Project Professional, you need to be up to 30 years old and to have up to 3 years of project management experience. What is new this year is our category for Agile Practitioner of the Year. Well, we are all becoming agile now. And we would like to have such awards that will recognize the best Agile practitioner that follows the Agile principles, Agile practices, and Agile framework. Project Team of the Year is also something new that we added this year, and this is for the teams made specifically for the implementation of a particular project. This team could be composed by project manager, program manager, engineers, whatever you can imagine that we have in one project team that have successfully completed a specific project. On the last place in this group, we have Project Department or PMO of the Year. We would like to recognize such department because this is actually the department that is taking care about the projects and the programs in a specific organization and the overall roadmap. This is all about the Professional Excellence Group. The second one is Project Excellence Group that aims to award projects completed in the past 18 months. We are counting from the end of the nominations. which, as Anita mentioned, is already extended to 10th of April. Here we have 4 different categories, and I would like to start with Innovative Project of the Year. With this one, we would like to showcase outstanding innovative projects completed, as I mentioned, in the past 18 months. What about sector specific? When we did our investigation in the nominations team to be able to identify which categories we would like to put here for this year, we discovered that there are very good projects in the past 18 months in different areas, including agriculture, healthcare, fintech, IT, infrastructure, banking, gaming, whatever you can imagine. And then we were thinking how exactly to name this category. Whether we need to put best IT project or best infrastructure, or how we can summarize all these successful projects in order to have very good applicants this year. That's why we defined this name, which is Sector-Specific Project of the Year. And here we would like to welcome all public and private organizations in all different sectors that I mentioned. Probably I couldn't cover all. There are plenty of sectors to apply in this category. And last but not least, we have Social Project of the Year, which showcases projects that drive outstanding social good and corporate social responsibility. And this year, one more category which is completely different from what we had last year is our special award for PMI Bulgarian Chapter Volunteer of the Year. So, dear volunteers, you are welcome to apply, and I wish everyone to get some award in this category. This is about the categories. Now I would like to share some information about the eligibility criteria, which is also an important part that you need to consider when you apply in the different categories. I selected just a few of them, so if you wish to apply, please go to the website and read carefully all the specific criteria that you need to consider when you apply. What is important to know is that the project has to be completed in the past 18 months from the nominations deadline. I already mentioned that. Also, one organization can apply only in 3 categories. When you apply for professional excellence, you can apply just once. And this is about Project Manager of the Year and Young Project Professional of the Year. The project must be originated and led by project managers and project management team based in Bulgaria, or at least the majority of the project management team should be based in Bulgaria. But the Bulgarian nationality is not mandatory. Also, you can apply if you have won our awards in 2021 or any other project management awards. You're still eligible, and you don't need to be members of PMI Bulgarian chapter or any other project management organization. I believe these are the major ones. As I mentioned, you can find more on our website, but these are the key ones that you need to consider when you apply. With that part, I'm finishing my presentation, and I would like to give the floor to my colleague Stela from the evaluation team that will give you some more details and secrets related with the application process itself.
Thanks, Mariya, and thanks for the great introduction regarding the categories and also the eligibility criteria. So after you have this awareness of the eligibility, I think you are ready to submit your applications. You can even do it right now. You just need to go to the PM Awards website, and under the categories, you will see all of them listed and also described again. Below each of them, you can see the button Apply Now, so you can click on it, and let's just go to the next slide. And another window will be open with categories listed again. As Mariya already explained to you, the eligibility is up to 3 categories. So you can select up to 3 of them, and you can do it with 1 registration. After click on register, a registration form will be open, and you need to provide your details, also the company you belong to, job role, and if you nominate somebody else, please also provide his or her name and contact information. And of course, application agreement, this is standard. You need to check the boxes in order we to be aware that you are also aware with terms and conditions and eligibility. Once done, you can access your registration. You will receive immediately an email, and you can also access it from here. Now I will not show you how the application forms looks like, but I'll give you more insights about the evaluation criteria. So first to mention that none of the PM Awards team is going to evaluate your submitted application. We will have an external independent jury panel consist of local and international project management experts. So what we actually expect for professional excellence and project excellence, you can see that some of the criteria are the same. But for professional excellence, you can start with your project management experience, the key projects you were leading in the last 1.5 years, how you contribute to the success of the organization and to the success of the project management community at all. Behind benefits and value, the jury will expect how you achieve benefits, how you sustain value for long term, and yeah, please give an examples about your project management skills and your personal skills. Last but not least is the elevator pitch, or this is the place where you need to provide your motivation and why you should be awarded for the best professional, best agile practitioner, and best project team, etc. So here I'd like to recommend you, I strongly recommend to provide some multimedia or presentation that to accompany your nomination, because even if it's optional, this can turn the results, and this can yeah, give you more points. So please take advantage of it. The same applies also for project excellence categories. Here what is different, of course, we started with the project description, project scopes and objectives, the governance, what project management techniques and approach are applied during the project execution and implementation. Benefits and value, please identify also the stakeholders, how this project is beneficial for them, what value gives this project, and yeah, at the end, again, elevator pitch, your motivation to win the award. So I wish you luck, and I think that with this I cover all the major questions that contain in our application forms. And thanks for your attention.
Thank you too.
Yeah, now I'd like to invite ScaleFocus colleagues that were one of the winners of PM Awards 2021.
Well, actually, the greatest thing was all the new projects that we have seen, and all our, let's say, companies from our community. And ScaleFocus is one of them, who managed to grab 2 awards. So now they will tell us how they did it.
Okay, first of all, PMI Bulgaria, thanks for having us today. And I really want to express my gratitude for having this PMI Awards in 2021 and having it this year as well. I really hope this to become a tradition because these awards really have value, impact, and effect on our organization. Today, we are going to share with you what we achieved with these awards and what was the accelerator of these awards. And I really hope to have it for the future as well, and to win more awards, of course. So, as we were presented, we are from ScaleFocus. The ScaleFocus leadership team consists of 4 people: Vanessa Sabian, the Chief Project Officer of the company and the head of the project management organization, myself, Martin Tanchev, my colleague Dimitar Buzhansky, with him we are the deputy head of the project management organization and leading the teams, and Emilia Ivanova is our head of the project management office.
You know that always it should be a woman who brings some color and emotion in the team.
And they should put you above.
Unfortunately, today, as we're speaking, there is a ScaleFocus event in several of our offices, but we cannot reject to PMI. We really want to share our success story with the community. That's why we managed somehow to have at least me and Emilia here today with you. So without further ado, if we may have the next slide. So today we are going to talk about the PMI awards that we wanted to. I need the mic? Oh.
Yes.
The PMI awards in 2021, the first one was the EU-funded project, and the second one was the special award for the pandemic response. We separated our time box into 2 spaces, the recipe for success, which Emi will share with you, and after that I'm going to talk a little bit more for the value and the effect of the awards that we had on the organization. So Emi, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So I'm mostly on the practical side. Usually when I'm starting a meeting or a session, I'm always saying that I'm going to be fast and furious. But this time I'm going to try to give the details and really the tips and tricks how we made it. So I have tried to put it as a slide just to support me. Definitely when we were preparing for the participation, submitting the applications, the first thing that comes to my mind, it's a team effort. It's always a team effort. It doesn't matter if it's going to be a project, a team, or individual category. We strongly believe that it is never a single individual contribution, but a joint one. So definitely don't forget to include all the participants, all your colleagues that could support you. Include the whole organization and make it as a team goal, make it as a team celebration, and use this opportunity. It's a unique opportunity to use the whole process for participation, for the application, for submitting it, to make it an opportunity to grow the community. It is a team effort, it is a cooperation, a community. It is always based on discussions, having the great ideas, to have the puzzle, so to get the application as a final document. So what else is important? Tell your story. It is your application. It is never just a paper that you are writing. It is never an overnight effort. It is a whole journey. So describe this journey. Start from the beginning, give the details. Give and explain how you make it, what was difficult, what were the challenges, what were the successes, and how you achieve those. So state your values. It's important. For us in ScaleFocus, values are maybe on the top of the organization. We are sharing them, we are talking about them, we are trying to stick to those values. And I guess each one of you have them for your team, for your organization and the company. So apply those values not only in your day-to-day work, but show how they are compliant with your application. And definitely focus on the how. Just skip those boring details. Stick to the examples. Try to explain the technique, the methods that you have used, and what makes you unique. It's definitely what distinguishes you from the other teams, from the other companies. Telling your story, it's a journey, as I said, but try to add practical examples, try to add the details, the essence of this application. Forget about explaining the methods, forget about the waterfall, agile, scrum, it doesn't matter. We all know it, we know the frameworks, but give the essence, stick to the important parts, give practical examples, give the cases, how you made it, and definitely think outside of the box, take the risk and show yourself. Okay.
And also keep it short.
Okay, this is the recipe for success that Emi shared with you. Now I'm gonna speak a little bit more for the value and the effect that we had from those awards, but I need to start a little bit earlier prior to the awards to give you just the big picture. It's no secret that ScaleFocus is a technology company. We have one of the best experts in Bulgaria, everyone knows that. But up to 2019, the project management in ScaleFocus was decentralized. And we had several goals with the leadership team in 2019. One of the goals was to centralize everything, to unite all project management related teams in one project management organization, to set the standards, the guidelines, the governance model. We have an internal governance model, the all PM artifacts, the PM guidebooks, everything related to the day-to-day work of the project management and our latest teams. The second goal was to change the mindset of the people, to become customer-centric, to put the client first, to start thinking for the client, not only to make the project, but to make the project the best way for the client with the resources that we have. This shift was something that we really wanted to achieve, and I truly believe that we have already achieved it. But these were our goals back then in 2019, with which we started to make the whole transition from decentralized project management to centralized project management organization, together with the project management office, with everything related to the hard and soft skills for the project management. In 2021, we won 2 awards, but by that time, we already were working for more than a year and a half, almost 2 years under the new standards. We already have seen the positive results. The key stakeholders in the company have seen the positive results, the achievements that we have delivered. The clients were also happy with the new approach, the new way of working. It was seen by the NPS that we were receiving from the clients. And the 2 awards that we have won, they just justify all the hard work that we have done in the past year and a half, almost 2 years, that we were going in the right direction. This is the right direction, this is the right way of doing projects. They were the justification, if I may say it, the cherry on the cake, if you wish, for everything that we have done. But this was from the business perspective. From the business perspective, for us, those awards were the justification of our work. What really impressed me is how these 2 awards affect on our teams. Up to then, they were already working under the new models. They like it. It was something more traditional. They had ready materials that they can use, not to start from scratch. You know the things. This is something that really helps us in our day-to-day job and standardize our way of working. But after we won the awards, everything in the team, everyone in the team started to want more. It just was like a click. started to believe more and more in this way of working. They had the desire to work more, to contribute more to everyone in the team. In 2019, we started with 35 people. Now we are almost 60 people, seasoned professionals. Some of them are with long experience, lecturers in universities. The other are junior, of course. We must have a mix. But after the awards, everyone in the team started to want more and more. And they had this desire to learn and to achieve more. This accelerates the next step of our project management organization. As I said in the beginning, this was a transition that started in 2019. In 2021, it accelerated thanks to those awards. The team started to be more and more proactive. They started to want more, and based on that, we created the PM community, which brings the sense of belonging. The PM community is a place where everyone in the team can share thoughts, pair with some other colleague, or even make a small team to work on a topic of interest, to create something, to present something to the community. But the key for this PM community to work is desire. Our project management team, our team, everyone in the project management organization, they now have this desire to want to achieve more because they see that there is justification of their work. They will be recognized with such awards. Of course, for success, it's not only just one award, sorry, but this is the truth. There are more ingredients. I truly believe that one of the ingredients is that the entire leadership, we are always available for our team. We are always approachable. In fact, we are sitting with our team. We are not closed by a door or in our own offices. We are sitting right next to our team. Everyone can speak with us. This is our value, part of our value of who we are. We are always with our people. We are there for them, and they really see it, and they want, and by that they want to give more and more to our organization, to achieve more, to reach new heights. And what can I say more? These awards really matter for us. I truly believe that such award is something very good for one organization in order the hard work that stands behind to be recognized. You see, for me, it's an award is not just a job well done or this project was done well, something like that, because behind this project there is much more thing that was happening in the background in order this project to be successful. It's the whole project management office that's working behind the governance, the models, everything that's done. Even the lessons learned that our colleagues has shared with us during the period, everyone has learned something, and the PMs that are responsible for those projects, they have benefit of all that was done in the past. And for me, these awards were recognition for the entire team. They are not only for the leadership that we have done our job well. No, they are for the entire project management organization. In fact, I truly believe it's for the entire ScaleFocus, first because they had the belief in us to make this centralized project management organization. But everyone involved in those projects, as Emi said in her part, include everyone, because everyone has given something to the success. And for me, these awards were for the entire team. I'm sharing this with them, and I believe and I'm sure that they feel it that way, and they're doing everything in their power. They're sharing with us, they're doing everything to reach new heights. So these awards for me were the accelerator, the people to want more, to achieve more, the whole organization.
Martin, Emilia, thank you so much for being such committed professionals. Tonight we have a very special guest who actually is one of the founders of PMP, Project Management Professional, the standard that we live by and many values that it represents. So I would like to give the microphone to Lee. These are your children. What do you think? Did they live up to your standards that you set so many years ago?
Okay, first of all, when I was asked to attend tonight, I had no idea this was happening. So let me say, I'll sit down here because I might fall otherwise. Let me say this: I've already been impressed. I've only been here half an hour, and what I hear that you've done, what you're in the process of doing, is impressive. Now, I've been in the PMI world for 45 years. We didn't have this much done in the time that you've had, that's for darn sure. And the seriousness within which you discussed it is quite amazing and actually quite accurate. I wish I could have said that speech sometime along the way of when I might have earned an award. I think I got a couple somewhere along the way. I liked you kind of caught yourself at the end, and I think you knew this. It's not about the award. It's about what we do that is awarded for what we did. Is that correct? Okay. I thought you were going down, let's just do it for the award path, but then you caught it at the end. I appreciate that. I think my theory is if the team and the individuals do what's right by the standards that we've set, the byproduct of that may well be an award, recognition. But I think at the end of the day, what I found is that the award's not as important to the team as the synergy that is built around the team. And, you know, it's nice to get an award, don't get me wrong. Everybody would like to have one. But at the end of the day, if I go home thinking, gosh, what a team this was, give me another project just like this. And I've been on some projects like that. I worked a project in Indianapolis, Indiana, where we worked 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for 18 months to save a company. And at the end, well, along the way, I did videotapes of interviews with people on the team. At the end of the day, we replayed those interviews. I still replay them. This is like 30 years ago. I get a little nostalgic. Every one of those interviews, people that are working those kinds of hours said they'd do it again in a heartbeat. If you could give me the opportunity to do what we did on that project, we'd do it again in a heartbeat. We had all kinds of new friendships. We had 9 babies born during that time, and so that made me question what was going on at night. But the fact of the matter was, that's how long that project went on, and people dedicated their lives. We had to involve families to make sure that they understood, hey, this is why mom and dad aren't ever home. And it began to be a family affair. And that's what happens with projects. We become families. That's why I'm here. This is all I do is I go around and speak to chapters. I think the advantages that we have as a group of people is that we're all from the same family. And we all know that what we need to do to accomplish things. So I think this was a breath of fresh air to hear the work that you've put into recognizing people and teams that do the work, but on the other hand, you understand why that's there in the first place. We have national awards. I have the honor of having submitted the most nominations for PMI Fellow. All but one won, so I have the nomination record. I got 2 more in this year. And I'll tell you what, if they didn't win, I was going to be upset because I knew they were the best. Well, so was every other one that was up there. How you win there's a lot of variables. You covered some of them quite nicely. There's a lot of variables that go into awards, and the right people don't always win them. But as long as they feel good about their contribution, I think we've satisfied the real responsibility.
Well, some people say that 80% of success is showing up, right? So being there is already is a good exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think what you have to understand is we had this problem with our group in the beginning. When you're working 14 hours a day, the first thing you start is that 14 hours of productivity, or is that 14 hours of FaceTime? Well, in the beginning, it was FaceTime. There's no question about it. Till the excitement grabbed these people to say, look what we could accomplish. The project was a blood glucose monitoring system for diabetics. I'm diabetic. I use my meter. I became diabetic while I was working there. I thought about lawsuit, but I guess I left it. They say that you can't catch it. It's still the Roche Labs. It was Boehringer Mannheim from Mannheim, Germany, owned the company. Roche Labs secured that company for $11 billion, $1 billion company, $11 billion. I still get Christmas cards from the Mannheim area for what we did for them. So it took that kind of an effort to save that company, and eventually led to this acquisition by Roche. So you don't know what's going to come from your efforts. You know if it was successful, but you don't know what's downstream. You don't know how many lives you'll touch. And so I think that the benefit of project management is the togetherness. I hear you have 800 people tomorrow. I love it. That's a big family. And that's a family that I enjoy being around. I really do.
More than a family, we are quite a close community, and everybody knows everyone a little bit. And that gives us a tremendous power because we do peer reviews after all. Frank will be talking about that. Right, Frank?
Yeah.
So being judged by your family is quite a tough thing, right? So you still need to be, it's quite stressing to write. Maybe our audience, if you have questions for Lee, because he's here only for a few days and it's a unique chance, or Emilia or Martin, so that you can also have the microphone, then we can have a little rest before we go into the startups with them. Anyone has questions, maybe for Lee?
Where are you based? In US?
Columbus, Ohio. I was there a few months ago.
But you were flying in from Bahamas, I think.
I'm going to the Bahamas after this.
After, so.
Yeah, I came from Africa to here. Yeah, it's all the same, right? No, you've been to the Bahamas, obviously.
Fancy?
Wow, Lee, thank you for sharing so many amazing stories. You said you've been doing this for 4 decades.
45 years PMI, 55 years altogether.
Can you give us like some summarizations of each decade and maybe how technology has changed the last two?
Okay, I'm here for hours.
One sentence, if you can just wrap it up for us.
I'm not. Well, you'll learn tomorrow a little bit about that. But well, you got to remember, when I started with project management, we used an abacus for all of our math problems, and so we've grown a long ways. And I'll be happy to walk you through that a little bit tomorrow. I do want to give you a challenge at the Las Vegas National Convention. I had 373 selfies requested. 373, it was funny. And so my challenge to you tomorrow is to beat that, okay? Beat that. Now, because I keep them all as their memories. I mean, that's what they're for. And oh, you might see yourself on LinkedIn. I have a habit of posting things on LinkedIn too. So tomorrow, think about that. Or tonight, whatever you want. But I need to get more than 373. So you've got 800 people, right? So no problem.
Actually, socializing is a very important thing, and Lee has already reached the LinkedIn limit, so he cannot have any more people. But Vancy also has maybe things to teach to us, because I think the next 40 years belong to you, Vancy. He won the Young Professional Award, so... Yes. Any other questions? Please.
I would like to ask what is your opinion about the change in the project management community in those all years? Because that's also...
Just say that again. I'm not sure I understood the question.
What has changed in the community?
In the community, project management community. I'm also from the PMI leadership, and that's why I'm...
Oh, okay. Well, the project community is my life. In fact, there's a big push this year to not move away from project management profession, but move more towards the idea that it's a community, that it's going to be for everybody. We welcome people in, whether they have the PMP or not. I mean, the PMP, I'd like you to have it, no doubt about that. But it's not really relevant as long as you practice good project management concepts, as long as you're doing what project managers do best. I personally don't let any of the PMI people hear. You didn't hear this. I don't think it matters if you have a PMP. That's become sort of a regular way to say how good you are. It's not how good you are, it's what kind of test taker you are. What we want are test takers who also, by the way, know how to manage projects. And that's where my focus has been, always has been in my teaching career, is, you know, don't get so overwhelmed by the PMP. Focus on doing projects right and learning correctly. And then if you have to sit for the PMP, you will. You'll pass the PMP. I was talking to someone this morning, nervous. They're nervous. I just came from Africa. All kinds of people have prepared to take the exam. All kinds of people aren't taking it because they're afraid to fail. Well, I got to tell you, about 13% of the people that take it fail the first time. So there's nothing embarrassing about fail. I didn't. I had inside track, but I didn't. I still had to take the test. I took it when it was 8 body of knowledge areas, and it took 8 hours to take. I sat in Altamont, Florida, with a group of AT&T employees. I finished the 8-hour test in 3 hours and 10 minutes, and got 100% on the exam. So I know that there's things that you can do. And if you believe that 100% thing, you're on drugs. Because they don't tell you what score you got. Anybody that took it said, well, this guy's lying up there. They don't tell you. When I saw pass, that's 100% in my mind. And so when you push that button and it says pass, it's 100%. And I'm proud of you.
So any other questions? Anybody who's preparing for the, not the exam, the applications, nominations? Yes? Which category?
Well, I'll have to discuss with the team.
Okay, you don't know yet. All right. Do you have any questions for us? We are also here for you to ask us questions so we can help you.
About the details you request, I shall see the form and then I'll...
Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I like it always short and simple, but sometimes it's more...
All right.
Yeah.
Short and simple template.
Actually,
Actually, this is the question because...
In the past awards, we had a template with about several pages, questions, details, etc. This year, we decided to have a very simple one, with just 5 questions, not more than 5, that requires only major highlights. So you need to choose what is the essence and what is important to fill in this small field, so you will be the star in the estimation process at the end.
Yeah, that answers probably the...
please approach Emilia and Martin. Emilia can already tell you, it doesn't take 1 round. You have to do like 3 rounds. So first you dump it, and then you try to condense it. Right, Emilia?
Yes,
You cannot get it right the first time.
it's always
She
easier.
fills a long application or the...
It is, you know, it is always easier to have the big text and after that okay, thank you. It is. Okay. Okay. So it is always easier to have the long text, and after that just to revise it and to cut the parts that you don't need because you have the whole picture. So just go to the draft, put all your minds, all your ideas, everything that comes to your mind, and after that revise it. And to use, definitely an advice, use content writers, definitely. Make it, what was it, I usually said, make it short and sexy.
Kiss.
Yes, a friend of mine told me that short and sexy, they're not together as a combination.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Microsoft joke. Okay.
I prefer this, keep it short and simple.
Actually, no, because you will not win, but just by answering the questions. At the end, there is the multimedia section. That's where you're going to win. So just a tip. Attachments. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can just give a break before we continue with the startup.
session. Ivan?
Hi. Few questions. Let's maybe start with the last thing you touched on, Levent, so multimedia. Any tips around the size, length of this? Let's say if it's a video, what would you consider appropriate? 2 minutes thing? I guess there is some guidelines.
Well, you have two options. First, to share a link to some cloud, or to share, for example, some presentation story or video, something that is visually representing your nomination, your project, your experience. But it should be related, of course, to the category you applied for. Or you can also apply multiple files. Each of them is up to 20 megabytes, I think. But yeah, they can be multiple. 2 options offered.
All right, thanks a lot. Second question. It's regarding the project professional category. So first thing that comes up to one's mind would be, achievement related to one specific project or program. But my question is, would it be limited to, the achievements in a specific project that it has been delivered? Or it can be something related to the project management profession that extends beyond? I'm talking about maybe mentorship or coaching or training or consulting activities. And would it be correct to assume that this can be packaged?
You don't need to discover just one specific project. Actually, the second option is the right one. You can provide the most important information about his achievements or her achievements in the past years. Never mind past 18. This is not valid for this category. Her or his overall achievements in the project management area. What is his or her basic contributions? What made him or her to seem like a best project management professional that you have worked with? What are the benefits and values this professional delivered to the team, to the projects, not just one simple project, but all the projects he was part of, to the overall project management organization or project management department you're having in your organization?
Yes, in addition, just to add that for professional excellence, you need to provide the key projects, the key aspects, key benefits of your project management skills, how you actually contribute to the company and the organization, not to focus only on one project. Mm-hmm. This is more specific for the project excellence.
Thanks a lot. And last one is a little bit open. So basically, in my company there is a special drive towards climate ambitions, ecology, equality, and so on. What would be an appropriate category maybe to create a link?
Thanks for that question. It's very important because we had recently the same request from BTV. They would like to apply with cleaning Bulgaria for 1 day, their project. The best category here is social good or social project of the year. Yes.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Welcome. We'll be here around you for the whole night, so if you have any other questions, you can always ask us.
I do actually have a question.
Okay.
Can you tell us a bit more about the selection process, the evaluation process, how you filter them out, or is there any second layer of reaching out to applicants to know more about the project? Or
yeah.
What?
As I explained to you, my team, evaluation team, or none of us PM Awards team is going to evaluate to put the final results to the applications, but we'll have an external jury panelist They're project management experts, and they will evaluate at the end. But of course, we will make some review, some preliminary review of if the applicants are eligible actually. So yeah, if there is something missing, maybe we can evaluation and nomination team can contact the candidates and they can add something and to correct some information in order to be evaluated better.
So you base your decision according to what you see in the application, basically. That's the only information you evaluate.
Yeah, and I provided you in the slides the key, actually the key evaluation criteria. So questionnaire is based on that, and yeah, some of them, for example, for benefits and value section, there can be 2 questions, not 1, but of course, please don't be too descriptive. Only the relevant and valuable information.
Last question. If someone already applied, can they go back and edit their application?
Of course,
They
this is
can.
also an option. Even if it's submitted, you can contact us. If you cannot edit it, just contact us and we can put it on require a submission, and yeah.
My recommendation would be save it first as a draft, review it several times before you submit it. Of course, the first version when you choose answer to some question is always the best, but anyway, if you wish to update something later, you can before the deadline for submission, which is 10th of April. Save it as a draft, but bear in mind there are restrictions, there are limitations in the different fields, so you cannot fill in more than 300 words.
300 words and elevator pitch, 200 words.
Yeah, this is about words, not the total symbols, so do not consider spaces and all different symbols.
Of course, our jury will not count the numbers, the words, but yeah, please keep this in mind.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Let's have a break.
Great.
Okay, thank you.